Hello everyone, I'm High Priestess Orson Fitness. There is a very big problem in our community of witches. You have witches and then you have what I call entertainers. People who are not really witches, people who are just gunning for your money, people who have never done a spell, people who have never been in a coven, people that have never seen a real witch in their entire life. These people are scam artists. These people just want the fame, money, the attention to boost their own ego. They just want to be well known, but they have no credentials whatsoever when it comes to doing witchcraft. If you don't know this, if this is your first time following me, witchcraft is very real. And it can go downhill pretty quickly if you're a fake. You can't be fake as a witch because there's too many witches, real witches out here who are constantly getting their ass beat, getting told that they're going to hell, being disowned by their family members, losing so-called friends, being talked about in churches that they may have just left, being treated very badly, some even being tortured and murdered. So to have these entertainers come out of the woodwork, especially on social media, trying to make a name for themselves with pretty pictures that they got off of Google, stealing other people's altars, buying candles at the 99-cent store and saying, boom, I'm a witch, failing to make their own essential oil. I'm talking about pure essential oils, failing to be able to even dress a candle, let alone be able to make their own candles. People who go on YouTube and watch what? 30 minutes of videos from real witches and then automatically assume they are a witch, and then they blow up on social media by paying for promotions because they got a little bit of money on the side, and then when someone who is in need of a real witch comes knocking on their door, they make up all kinds of bullshit. Oh, pay me this and this man will come back to you. He's not coming back. Bury this amount of money in the ground, like maybe $1,000 in the ground, and you will see it multiplied to $10,000 by Friday. That's never going to happen. And people who really want help from a witch, who have not unfortunately done their research, is getting scammed out of thousands, sometimes millions of dollars. And that's a shame though, because it takes away from the real witches who actually want to help people, who actually care about people, who actually want to make this world a better place than what is currently going on. And these entertainers drive on it. It's an ego trip. They're bugging out. It is a ego trip. They just want attention. They just want fame. And be damned if these spells they come up with, these spells they conjure actually work. When you go to a witch for help, that spell should work. Now listen, it might not work the very next day or next week or next month. Why? Because it all depends on what you do, the person who has come for help. It all depends on what you do. Witchcraft is not successful without action behind it. Somebody needs to write that down. Witchcraft is not successful without action behind it. But a fake ass witch, a entertainer will not tell you this because they don't want to be called out on this shit. They don't want to be proven wrong. They don't want to be discredited. But yet you have real witches like myself, especially a high priestess, having people come to me saying I did this on the advice of this so-called witch, and now I'm dead broke. I just lost my home. I just lost my man. I just lost my wife, and I have to go into battle and try to fix things. But of course, I can only fix things if the client also does his or her part. And it's heartbreaking. because witches are real. We do exist. We're not imaginary. We are not the witches you see in Hollywood or you read about in books. We're very real. And these entertainers don't give two shits about you as long as you continue to feed their pockets. As long as you continue to feed their pockets and continue to inflate their overinflated ego as it is. So how do you know when a witch is authentic? You see it on social media. You see it when you meet them in person. I meet people in person every single day, and I'm the same person. I am the exact person in real life that I am in social media. If somebody on the street asks me for a intuitive reading and I'm in the mood for it, I'll give it to them. And I'm not wrong. I'm never wrong. If somebody on the street asks me for a spell or a ritual, I'll give it to them. And it works. You know a real witch from a entertainer by how it feels. By how it feels. You have to listen to your intuition. Your intuition will let you know right off the bat who's fake and who's real. And to all of you entertainers out there that are getting your rocks off by destroying lives rather than changing lives, the goddess is going to come for you. You are going to be marked as somebody who is in need of a lesson. It's called karma. And if you continue on with this behavior, you will continue to have misfortune. And eventually you will be stopped dead in your tracks. Or you might just get caught up in some shit or a spell that you know nothing about will, for some of you, literally blow up in your face. So be very aware of what you're doing, because the universe does keep track of everything. The universe does keep track of everything. Nobody is exempt from favor or punishment, and that includes those who are pretending to be witches. It's going to catch up with you if it hasn't already at the conclusion of this broadcast. It will catch up with you. It always does. The universe has an amazing way of evening things out.